Welcome to Taylor's Kangaroo Court, a courtroom like no other. Here, the liars are exposed, the gaslighters are unmasked, and the trolls who think they can twist reality finally face judgment. This is not about legal loopholes or technical jargon. It's about truth versus deception, victims versus abusers, and shining a light on those who hide behind fake names, sock puppet accounts, and cowardly threats. In this court, the accused are not faceless. They're the impersonators who set up fake Facebook accounts, who post extremist remarks to smear others. They are the trolls who openly confess to pretending to be other people just to get them into trouble. They are the stalkers who film outside the homes of their victims and then brag about it online. They are the false accusers and narrative twisters, and the projectionists who take their own crimes and throw them onto others. Every case here is built on evidence, not bluster. From a fake account that got me reported to prevent, to the confession of impersonation by Grobnob the Troll, to the latest example of AJ Lashbrook stalking outside a victim's home with his camera. This court hears the cases mainstream platforms ignore. The verdicts? They won't be cushioned or polite. They'll be sharp, direct, and fair. The sentences? Creative, fitting, and symbolic, a reflection of the damage caused. So step inside the chamber of Taylor's Kangaroo Court, where the guilty cannot hide, the innocent stand tall, and justice, in all its raw, unfiltered form, is served. Order in the Kangaroo Court. First case on the docket, the crime of impersonating Matthew Taylor. The evidence, a fake Facebook account, pretending to be me. This imposter spewed extremist remarks, talking about blowing up Parliament, firing at immigration boats. Words I never wrote, but words that got me reported to prevent. That is not just slander, that is criminal impersonation. The charge? Identity fraud. The sentence? Up to 2 years in prison and a hefty fine, if found guilty in a real court of law. And now, Exhibit B, the Chris Brindle confession.
Here we go, Dave's channel got zapped by Matt, did it? I'm sure it was Matt, it might have been me. Pretending to be Matt, to get Matt into trouble. Got people are always pissing me off. The whole world pisses me off. I'm always pissed off at the world, with the world, by the world.
He openly bragged about pretending to be me, just to get me into trouble. His own words confirm crime. Therefore, this Kangaroo Court finds the accused guilty of impersonating Matthew Taylor for malicious gain. Sentence: eternal shame and a permanent stamp as a fraudster. Case closed. Next. Welcome back to Taylor's Kangaroo Court. Today, we put the notorious stalker AJ Lashbrook in the dock. The man who hides behind YouTube handles like Lucifer and Unlisted. The charge? Stalking and harassment. The evidence? A video filmed outside the home of his victim, Dwight Jones. When confronted, the victim himself declared, "This has now been forwarded to police. Expect that rat-a-tat-tat on your door, little boy." This court recognizes a pattern. Lashbrook has stalked, he has harassed, he has intimidated. Online aliases can't hide the truth. The behavior has escalated from trolling on a screen to standing outside people's houses with a camera. That is not banner. That is a crime. The verdict? Guilty of stalking. The sentence? To be reported, investigated, and judged under real law. Not just here in Kangaroo Court. This is Taylor's Kangaroo Court. Case closed. Taylor's Kangaroo Court is now in session. The defendant, Harry Munker, real name, Tony Quigley. The charge, deliberate manipulation and provocation. Ladies and gentlemen, let the evidence be heard.
You know what I've done? Do you know what I've done, right? Shagger done a live recently, yeah? And I was talking about Mark Taylor. Him, someone else, Shawnee and someone else, I can't remember who that person was. And I started, but Shagger went, yeah, who said that? Yeah, it went Matt Taylor. He said he's like by mistake. So I clipped it and shared it on my channel knowing Matt Taylor would see it. But that's just how he behaved, and it was like true of his character anyway. He went mental. It was hilarious. But I clipped it properly, yeah. But the other people, I did say Mark, yeah. But he didn't say much of this Matt guy. But yeah. It's all about reaction on there. It's all about reaction on there. If you care about what some cunt's saying, then you're fielding some cunt.
In his own words, Tony Quigley admits to clipping a live stream by a man called Shagger. The stream was about Mark Taylor, but when Shagger slipped and said Matt Taylor, Quigley pounced. He clipped it, uploaded it, and proudly confessed he did it knowing I would see it. He says, it's all about reaction. If you care about what some cunt's saying, you're fueling some cunt. Translation: this man admits his entire game is to twist, provoke, and bait. He knew it wasn't about me. He knew it was about Mark. But he deliberately blurred the line to smear me. Now let's look at character. This is a man who for years has called me a narcissist, a pedophile, and a bad father. Yet who is he? A man with a conviction for arson, who set fire to his girlfriend's car after she left him. Projection, ladies and gentlemen. He tries to smear me with his own crimes. The verdict: Tony Quigley, alias Harry Munker, is guilty of malicious manipulation and reputational arson. His sentence: banished to the outer rings of YouTube relevance. No parole, no audience. His flames extinguished, his credibility reduced to ash.
Court is now in session. The defendant, Matthew Taylor, stands accused of deception, specifically of fabricating the death of a woman known as Babs by suicide. The court will hear the evidence, the defense, and the verdict.
Ladies and gentlemen of the jury, the case before you is clear. The defendant knowingly lied to the YouTube public, announcing that Babs had taken her own life. He claimed to have received a phone call from her husband stating she was dead. The consequences of such an act are severe. His lie caused confusion, outrage, and gave ammunition to his critics. Moreover, he attempted to attribute responsibility for her supposed death to one man, AJ Lashbrook. We charge that this was done to cause alarm, distress, and fear, using a falsehood as a weapon. The court must decide if this was a calculated act of malice or merely a desperate mistake.
I plead guilty to the lie. I did announce that Babs had committed suicide, but I plead not guilty to the intent of causing alarm, distress, or fear. Here are the facts. AJ Lashbrook had relentlessly attacked Babs, sending vile and demeaning messages. One such message read, "Scabby, ain't you top yourself yet? Please hurry up, you dirty benefit cheat. And guess what? I stand by calling you a nonce, as you're the one that proved yourself to be a nonce." Let it be noted, Babs is neither a benefit cheat nor a nonce. It was not my idea to fake her death. It was Babs herself who, out of desperation, believed that if Lashbrook thought she was dead, he would stop. For months, she asked me to do it. For months, I refused. On the day I lost my Uncle Derek, I was grieving, emotionally raw, and I relented. I used the genuine pain of losing my uncle to echo her request. I said that I had been told by her husband that she had died. I did not build on the story. I did not harass Lashbrook further. I did not milk the lie for attention. I said it once, then I stopped. Years later, the truth came out. I was exposed as a liar. I accept that shame. I admit it openly before this court. But my intent was not to terrorize or to torment. My intent was to protect a friend in crisis.
Mr. Taylor, do you accept that your lie gave trolls the ammunition they needed to brand you a deceiver forevermore?
Yes, I accept that.
Do you accept that some people, your critics and the wider public, were misled and felt distressed?
Yes, I accept that too.
And yet you maintain you are not guilty of intending to cause fear to AJ Lashbrook?
Correct. My intention was solely to honor a desperate request from a friend who was under genuine attack. I sought to end her torment, not to create his.
The lie itself is undeniable. The harm it caused is undeniable. Intent may be disputed, but the recklessness is plain.
I acted out of compassion, not cruelty. My weakness was not malice, but grief. I accept guilt for the lie, but reject guilt for malicious intent.
The court finds as follows. On the charge of lying about the suicide of Babs, guilty. On the charge of intending alarm, distress, or fear towards AJ Lashbrook, not guilty. The defendant is sentenced to the eternal label of liar once, but not malicious. He will forever carry the stain of his falsehood, but the court acknowledges the motive was compassion, not cruelty. Court is adjourned.
All rise. Taylor's Kangaroo Court is now in session. In the dock today, Danny Jones, whose real name is Lyndon Warden. His crime? Abusing personal connections at Heathrow Airport to unlawfully stop a man from rightfully entering the United Kingdom. This is no small matter. When you interfere with lawful border entry, you cross into conspiracy to pervert the course of justice. It's an abuse of position, plain and simple, instead of letting the system work. Danny picked up a phone and weaponized his friendships to block someone's rights.
Question, why did that make any difference what airport it was? I've already asked the question, you answer it.
Because I've got no friends in Birmingham Airport or Manchester Airport or Liverpool Airport. Well, I've got friends in fucking Heathrow Airport. That's why. That's why it made a difference. Is that hard for you to understand?
So, you admitted you knew 24 hours in advance before King Custody got here that he was going to get took into custody, yeah?
Yep.
Okay. No, that's fine, Danny. We used to be that.
I've always been honest, Rick, but you can't fucking handle the truth, mate. You know what? Look at the video, last bullet. You can't handle the truth. Simple as that. It fucks your brain up because of all your psychotic fucking paranoia thoughts and grey areas that you've filled in with shite. You can't handle when someone actually tells you the truth what went on. It fucks your brain up.
The thing is, Danny, when Andy Devine and stuff like that pick up on things like this, you're going to put two and two together.
I don't give a fuck about Andy Devine. I don't give a fuck about you either. I don't give a shit. I had friends, and I've answered this to Andy Devine. I've answered this to you. I've answered this to fucking Gary. I've answered this on my channel, on my fucking YouTube channel. The answer is in a video format on my channel. I knew that he was coming to Heathrow because Andy Devine admitted he was coming to fly in. I got mates in Heathrow who work in custom and excise. So I told them, I sent a video, watch for this man. You know what they did? They got him. They pulled him in straight away and sent him fucking back home. Sorry, lock me up. It's more than you fucking did.
It's fine. It's fine, Danny. It's fine. These are the right answers that I wanted, so that's fine. That's why I'm not saying anything back.
Well, you got nothing to say from that, because that's the truth, and you can't. What are you going to come back with? You've done fuck all. I've done something. Does that hurt you or something? Does that piss you off? I've done something you ain't.
Far from that, Danny. I'm happy with that answer. That's fine.
Oh, well, look, mate, thank you. Do I get a gold star?
It's in the post. I've got your postcode over.
The verdict, guilty, and the sentence, public condemnation and ostracization. From this day forward, Danny Jones will be known not as a guardian of justice, but as a police informer, hoaxer, and meddler. His punishment is to be remembered only for his wrongdoing, excluded from respect, trust, and credibility. Case closed.